systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello, welcome to this weekend's NASCAR Quick Hit here for SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as The Game on Discord, and tonight we're going to be discussing the Bank of America ROVAL 400, which is taking place on the road course at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But of course, before we start discussing the Bank of America ROVAL 400, let me of course mention us here at ShipItNation.com, your one-stop shop for all things DFS, whether you need an expert slate plan, projections, ownership projections, the Stone, which I'll be showing a bare bones copy of here shortly, a fantastic Discord community, and not to mention the best optimizer in the game, which is SaberSim. Your one-stop shop for all things DFS is here at ShipIt Nation. And if you haven't tried us yet, you owe it to yourself to do so, as you can get 5 days for just $19 using code SHIP19. That's 5 days for $19 using code SHIP19. You absolutely owe it to yourself to check us out if you have not done so already. All right, speaking of that Stone, let me go ahead and share that tab instead. This week, we do not have a lot of Dominator points or really laps on deck. We have 109 laps on deck, which only means 76.3 Dominator points up for grabs. At most, we are looking at 1 Dominator builds on Sunday. So 109 laps, 76 Dominator points, looking at 1 Dominator builds on Sunday. This video is recorded before practice and qualifying for the Cup Series have taken place. We are recording this video on Friday evening, and Cup Series practice and qualifying occur on Saturday afternoon, and I will not be home to record a video tomorrow, so I wanted to get this done now so I can focus on the slate plan Saturday evening. This round and this weekend marks the end of this round of the playoffs. What does that mean? Well, that means that 4 drivers will be eliminated from the playoffs after this race, and we have 2 drivers already locked in to the next round. So, and in my opinion, this is very important for this slate this week. Locked into the next round of the playoffs, meaning no matter what happens on Sunday, both Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, those two can have engines blow lap 1, get into a horrible accident on lap 1. No matter what happens to those 2 drivers, Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, they are both locked in to the next round of the playoffs due to their victories in this round of the playoffs. Blaney won New Hampshire and Elliott won last week at Kansas. Now, we have 4 drivers who are fairly good to go and to be locked in to the next round of the playoffs, but they're not mathematically locked in. Those drivers who are in theory good to go and shouldn't have too much to worry about on Sunday are William Byron, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Larson. So just a quick recap. Blaney and Elliott locked in. Byron, Bell, Hamlin, Larson are not technically locked in, but they are all of them are roughly 40 plus points above the cutoff line. So all they need is a fairly quiet day on Sunday, and they should have no problem making it to the next round of the playoffs. Now we start to discuss the drivers who are on the bubble and who are on the outside looking in. First up, bubble drivers, Chase Briscoe and Joey Logano. I want to say Chase Briscoe is like 23 points to the good, while Joey Logano is 13 points to the good. And on the outside looking in, we have Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Cindric. Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Cindric all need to win on Sunday. If they want to advance to the next round of the playoffs, Wallace, Reddick, Cindric absolutely need to win this race on Sunday. Ross Chastain is only 13 points out from Joey Logano. So, in theory, Ross Chastain can beat Joey Logano based on points. That 13 points is a big enough point spread to make up on Sunday. So, what does that mean for us and DFS purposes? Well, Wallace, Reddick, and Cindric, as I mentioned earlier, absolutely have to win this race to advance to the next round on Sunday. Wallace, Reddick, Cindric will absolutely be in must-win mode. And the same really can be said for Chastain, Logano, and Briscoe. Chastain, as before, is 13 points away from Logano, so Ross should be racing hard the entire time on Sunday to make up that ground, while Logano should either A, be racing hard, or B, doing anything strategy-wise to keep that 13-point gap to Ross. So the Ross Chastain versus Joey Logano battle on Sunday will be quite fantastic. And then Chase Briscoe has been fantastic at road courses this year. Chase Briscoe's average finish is 10.2 on the road courses this year, and he's 23 points to the good. So I'm not all that worried about Chase Briscoe because he has been awesome at road courses this year. So, how about the other guys? Well, let's start with the king other guy, and that is Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen. Oh, let me scroll down here because he's last on my page here. Shane, oh, can I get I'm using one monitor here tonight, folks, not two. There we go. Shane Van Gisbergen is an astonishing 12.5 for DraftKings salary to the second highest, which is Kyle Larson at 10.5. So SVG is $2,000 more expensive than the second most expensive guy, and his odds to win, and this has changed. When I first put this stone together this weekend, he was plus 100. Now SVG is minus 110 to win. That's disgusting. I don't know if I've ever seen a Cup Series driver be minus odds to win a Cup Series race. So, should you play SVG? Well, that is entirely going to be based on how qualifying shakes out, but he is on the optimal strategy, meaning he's already eliminated from the playoffs. The only thing he's worried about is a victory. And we all know that SVG does have the ability to dominate and stink up these road course races. However, on the flip side, $2,000 is a lot. And we are in the Cup Series here. So make sure you tune into the slate plan to read my final thoughts on SVG on Sunday. But $2,000 is a big savings. And I think you can probably get away with going underweight on him in tournaments. Probably stuck with using them in cash games, but in tournaments you could probably get away with going underweight because that 2,000 is going to get you an upgrade somewhere for sure. Now, again, this is happening pre-practice and qualifying, so make sure you tune in or make sure you check out the slate plan before you create your lineups on Sunday. So How about other drivers? So we talked about the playoff drivers and we talked about SVG. Now I'm going to quickly touch on a few other drivers who I think are worth your time and your consideration on Sunday. And again, this is all pre-practice and pre-qualifying. This is just using um, the road course data we have, which is a ton in the next gen era and this year. So, first driver I want to talk about is Christopher Buescher, 8,700. He is fantastic at road course races. He is very budget friendly at 8,700, and he's already out of the playoffs. All he's worried about is a victory on Sunday. So, love me some Chris Buescher. AJ Allmendinger, the Dinger. Uh, 9K on DK. Love him. He also has going for nothing but the victory. He used to be the road course ace of the Cup Series before SVG came along. Um, love me taking a chance on the Dinger. Let me take a quick scan through here to see if anybody else jumps out at me. Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is a surprisingly good road course racer. 8,300. I have no problem taking a shot on him no matter where he is in the field on Sunday. And anybody else jump out at me here? The Dinger's good. We already talked about Logano. Kyle Busch is looking great as far as track ranking goes on the stone, but he terrifies me. Larson, we've discussed as far as the playoffs go. Blaney, we've discussed as far as playoffs go. Buescher, I just touched on. Yeah, guys, I hate to say it, but really, it's your playoff drivers of Wallace, Reddick, Cindric, Briscoe, Logano, Chastain, who I think are absolutely must-haves in your player pool. Dinger, Buescher, also must-haves in your player pool. SVG, probably cash game lock. Tournaments, you might get away from fading him, but he is set to dominate, and those odds to win are disgusting. And I'm trying to think if anybody else jumps out here. No, not really. The Roval is a unique beast. It is 3/4 road course, 1/4 oval. Some folks might think SVG doesn't have as good of a shot at the Roval due to that being, the oval being a portion of it, but that doesn't phase me at all from playing him. So, folks, other than that, that's all I have as far as pre-qualifying and pre-practice goes. The big thing I really wanted to drive home is those playoff scenarios because they are absolutely important to how you play on Sunday and really how you play the rest of the season, in my opinion. Um, because this season is coming to a close and stage points begin to matter more and more until we get to the final race at Phoenix. So that's it for now. Remember to please tune in to the slate plan, as your slate plan will have everything up to date as far as my thoughts on final dominators, as well as projections, ownership, and all that fun stuff. So, as always, thanks for checking this week's quick hit out. And as always, let's ship it.